All right, welcome to another 902 gaming video. Today I'm going to go over the new spoilers from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. There are two of them that were posted, I think, last night or potentially the night before. I'm not 100% sure. But the first one is Junji, the Midnight Sky. I think this is one of the cards that is going to be very, very heavily played, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's definitely going to be played. Anyway, we got a 5 mana, 5/5 dragon, spirit as well, which is not irrelevant, I don't think, given the current format. And whenever it dies, you choose one. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. So at the very worst, if they have no cards in hand, they're losing 2 life. Or you can put target non-dragon creature, which I suppose prevents it from looping back and forth if you have 2 of them. Creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and then you lose 2 life. So either it's a free resurrection spell, which I think is sorely missing from the format. I think a really good one. I think Diregraph Rebirth is pretty good, but it's not really seeing very much play right now. And the first ability is basically they discard 2 cards and lose 2 life, which is fine. But if you're playing this, it depends on. This can be played in multiple different types of decks. It can be played as just as a one, your only creature in your deck, and maybe a mono black snow deck or potentially a black blue deck. I think this is something maybe the black blue deck is missing. Although I suppose it does have has the blue dragon that it can use as well. But I think it's still a good card. It's a mythic. It looks pretty sweet. This looks like the full art version here. Both sides of this are very, very good. And the fact that it has menace as well. This is essentially what you want to see in a standard playable card, and it's a pretty big bomb, I think. I don't see a situation where this card doesn't get played. I don't know of any format that this wouldn't see play in it. Well, sorry, any standard format that this wouldn't see play in. It's just greatness all over. I think anybody that sees this card is going to realize that. Now, there is the possibility that because it's 5 mana, it may not fit properly in the curve for mono black snow, although I don't see why it wouldn't. Considering that plays a few creatures, it plays Blood in the Snow, which can get this back. It'll just remain to be seen if in that particular deck, if this card or Lolth is going to be the better choice at 5 mana. Potentially could be both, but you don't want too many 5-drops anyway. So it'll remain to be seen. This could spawn a whole new style of deck as well. Maybe either based on dragon or based on the fact that it's also a spirit. And then next up we have Rizona, Asari Commander. We don't really know what this one is at the moment. We know it's 3 mana. 1 colorless. It looks like 1 colorless, 1 red, and 1 white. It's definitely a legend. It looks to have haste. And it says whenever, it looks to say, I'm only guessing here, that the image is pretty distorted. It looks to say whenever Rizona, Asari Commander, deals combat damage to a player, something happens. And then have on, and then I can't really make out the rest of it. It's pretty blurry. And then whenever combat damage is dealt, it becomes indestructible. Something, and then Rizona is the last word. Looks like to me. We don't have a detailed. We don't have the detailed abilities of this card yet, but it looks to be, can't really make out the power and toughness either. Potentially, it looks like it potentially could be a 4/3 or a 3/3 maybe, but it's pretty blurry. You can't really quite make it out. It looks like, yeah, it definitely looks like this is 2A. It might be player, but it could be something else too. Have an indestructible counter, potentially. It becomes indestructible. Yeah, I can't make out the rest, unfortunately. And then whenever combat damage is dealt, to remove an indestructible counter from Rizona. So it looks like it either potentially provides some type of indestructible counter, or removes an indestructible counter, maybe. I'm not sure, but that's kind of what I can. It looks like it says have an indestructible counter. Maybe it says something like if a permanent you control doesn't have an indestructible counter, it gains an indestructible counter, and then whenever combat damage is dealt to Rizona, you remove an indestructible counter from either her or from Rizona or whatever the permanent is. And I still can't make out, but it looks like it's potentially a 4/3 or a 3/3 maybe. I don't know how good that would be. It definitely looks like it says haste, but it could also be menace as well. It's hard to see. It's hard to really zoom in on it. It could be an M, but it might be a H too, so it could be haste. I'm not sure. We don't really know anything about this card. It's definitely a legendary. It could be probably legendary human maybe. It could be a dragon spirit as well. Hard to say, but those are the two spoilers for today. I think Junji is definitely going to see play. Just a matter of where this card actually sees play at. And the other one, I'm not sure. We need more specifics on it, but my bet is somewhere around it. Some gives something or it gets an indestructible counter. But anyways, that's just a quick video for today. That's the only spoilers that were out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.